cut, take two, action. Camera's rolling, smile.
Today we are going to go through the differences between a Californian way of speaking and a
Kiwi lingo.
Kiwi New Zealand. I'm from California originally, born and raised, and
I'm from New Zealand, so I was luckier than her there. For sure.
So I have my list and I'm gonna read off what I would call it and he's gonna tell me what they would call it in New Zealand. So, flip-flop.
Jandal.
Okay.
Japanese sandal.
A diaper.
Nappies.
A stroller.
A pram or stroller, I guess.
Okay. A parking lot.
Car park.
Car park. A trunk in your car, the trunk of your car.
That is the boot.
Is that where you keep your boots?
Well, you take your car out to the car park and then you go off for the day and it has fun.
Okay, here we go. The hood of your car.
Bonnet.
Bonnet.
Much more feminine sounding.
We would call a bonnet one of those things that a kid wears on their head, a bonnet. Do you call that a bonnet too? Mm-hmm. One of those little hats. That would be a bonnet also. Okay. And a toilet. Or sorry, bathroom.
Bathroom is a toilet.
Like if I'm going to use the bathroom, what would you call it?
Well, if it has a bath in it, would be sweet with that. It's never a restroom, unless you're really drunk. But it's usually a toilet. Or there's other names I could use.
What would you call a shopping cart if you're shopping?
A trolley or a trundler.
What would you call it where you store the shopping cart?
That's a trundler park.
Trundler park. What would you call candy?
Well, there's lollies and chocolate is not candy. So even if you're in America and you call chocolate candy, candy and chocolate are very much two different things.
So candy would be the sweet type,
hard
sugary...
textured, like a candy cane. That's candy. That's sugary.
Okay.
That's candy.
And chocolate's chocolate.
Chocolate's chocolate.
What would you call a chocolate then? Just chocolate.
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 Chocolates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are going out drinking, what would you say?
I'm gonna go hit the piss.
If you were going on a bachelorette party or a bachelor party, what would be the name of that?
For guys, it's a stag do, and for chicks, it would be a hen's night. I think that's the same in Great Britain and Australia.
Okay.
Yep.
And what would be, if you're gonna go to breakfast and you say, let's go get some breakfast, what would you call it?
Brekkie.
New Zealand has all these short versions of everything. What are some other short versions?
Well, it's just any word, you keep the first syllable and then you add an IE to the rest of it and that's it.
What's your name? His normal name is Grant. What do your friends call you?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay. No, what's your nickname? Grant Torrens.
G-Talks.
G-Talks. It's the shortened version of everything. My name is Shannon and they call me Shan or Shans. Right? So if you're getting a cup of tea, you'd be saying...
A cuppa.
Okay. And what would you call dinner?
Tea.
So confusing. What would you call a ski mask? A full face with your eyes in the mouth?
Its correct name, balaclava.
I had never heard of that before I moved to New Zealand. I had never heard the name balaclava. Granted, I live in Southern California by the beach.
You don't use one of those at the bank.
If you were to put on your sweater, it would be...
Well, there's different types of sweaters. There's hoodies, sweaters, cardigans, jumpers. I mean, they're all...
So, what's a jumper?
It's like a sweater. I don't know, I'm not a fashion dude.
Okay. So if I said, we all go out to dinner and I say, I'm gonna pay.
My shout.
My shout.
Never said that before myself, but I've heard other people around me say it and I'm like, sweet.
First time I ever heard that was a friend of a friend took me out for coffee and said, it's my shout. I had no clue what was happening. What would you call swim trunks?
Boardies.
We do call it board shorts.
Yeah, but that's a lot of words to use for boardies.
What would you call a purse?
Well, there's a handbag which is bigger than a purse, and a purse is like a clutch purse. sort of smaller thing, and a handbag's still a handbag, I believe, but I've never owned either, so I don't know.
What would you call your wallet? A wallet?
My wallet. You call it your wallet, I call it my wallet.
But the little thing you keep money in, that would be called?
It's a wallet.
A wallet, okay. What would you call a cookie?
A biscuit.
A biscuit.
And a biscuit is a
We
scone.
don't really use the word biscuit here, I don't think.
Unless you're getting one of those scone.
Unless you're getting something
things.
that's specifically called a biscuit, and normally it's a
deep southern fat sponge. Pour gravy on it.
right, exactly. Like a biscuit would be a bread product here. How would you say the letter Z?
Well, Z.
Zed. I'd never heard of Zed before until I moved to New Zealand.
NZ.
In Zed. How would you
But
say...
why is it called New Zealand when it should be called New Zealand?
Exactly, it's very confusing. So sometimes they say Z, sometimes they say Zed.
We didn't get to name the country, they did. We would have called it New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Go to New Zealand, man!
You probably would have just called it New Zed.
Led Zeppelin's playing in New Zealand.
How would you say schedule?
Well, I'd say schedule, but some people would say schedule.
Schedule. Schedule? Schedule?
I don't know what's correct, to be honest.
If it's a bright sunny day, what would you call it?
It's a cracker.
I'd never heard that before. What would you call it if it's sunny outside but raining?
Average. Normal.
No, what's the word for that?
Sun shower.
I had never heard sun shower before. Maybe because it doesn't rain in California. I don't know. Okay, if something is filled to the top, like a closet you open up, it's just stuffed in. What would you call that?
Chocker.
What's the other wording you would say? Like chocker?
Chock-a-block.
Crammed it in.
Went into the club last night, it was chocker full of chicks.
What would you say if there's a young racer trying to show off?
Like a boy racer or a hoon would be like pre-90s, and probably a V8 car or a boy racer would be a new Jap import. There's a difference there.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you'd like to follow along with vlogs, minimalism, and what else? Other stuff, things like this.
I got a haircut today. Pretty sharp, huh?
Bye.